Hello Benjamin, how are you?
Hello Ben, I'm doing good, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. You are Head of Events Programs at JEC, in charge of Startup Booster. Can you tell us what Startup Booster is all about?
With pleasure. Startup Booster is the leading startup competition in the field of composites and advanced materials. It has been launched in 2017 at JEC World in Paris. And since then, we have received more than 900 innovative projects coming from startups based in more than 60 countries. And in 7 years so far, we selected 100 finalists and awarded 28 winners. Each year, we open a dedicated call for entries for startups to apply. And out of all the applications we received, we select the 20 most promising startups to participate in JEC World as a finalist of Startup Booster. We are also actively promoting Startup Booster through participation in other events worldwide, partnerships with renowned incubators and accelerators, and of course through promotion on social media and in collaboration with the international press. It's a great way for JEC to source new startups locally in different regions of the world.
What are the benefits for startups participating in the contest?
Startup Booster really acts as a kind of springboard or launchpad for any startup working in composites and advanced materials. Being selected as a finalist is already a big win for the 20 finalists because it gives them the possibility to participate for free to JEC World, the leading international composite show, providing them with unparalleled access to industry leaders, experts, potential partners or investors, and all of this facilitating invaluable networking opportunities for them. During 3 days, JEC World welcomed more than 40,000 professional visits and 1,200 exhibitors coming from more than 100 countries, so it's really an international event.
What are the sponsors involved in the program?
We count on faithful partners since we launched Startup Booster in 2017 with Airbus and Mercedes-Benz. And since last year, we have new partners involved in the competition with Owens Corning, a composite material company specialized in glass fibers in the construction and wind industries. The sponsors get to see all the applications we received, and they also take part in the selection of the 20 finalists. So it's really for them a great opportunity to source and assess new innovation, new startups in the field of composites and advanced materials. By being associated to the competition, they also benefit from a strong visibility and can position their brand as innovators in the industry. But let's have a look at what Airbus thinks about innovation and why they are involved in Startup Booster competition.
Airbus is a very technology-driven company, so we're always looking forward to improvements of our products, our processes, and so on. Composite is very important for us. It was in the future, it was in the past, and it is even more important in the future for whatever we have in mind in new products. For me, it is a very efficient way of scouting, actually. So we receive fantastic proposals. So this year, 150, more than ever. And it is, we spread that into composite expert communities, which are in all branches of Airbus. And they look at it, they give us a feedback, but also they cooperate maybe in the future with one of these, and not only the finalists, so with all of them.
We just saw why sponsors, such as Airbus, are involved in Startup Booster. But what do participants think? Let's hear what a few alumni of the competition have to say about Startup Booster.
Well, if the JEC is the Oscars, I think that the Startup Booster is something like American Idol or America Got Talent. It gives you the stage to showcase your uniqueness, your talent, your innovation. Allows you to create awareness to your product and make the right connections so that you can bring a great idea into implementation by industry leaders. It's a unique opportunity.
Startup Booster definitely helped us to raise awareness within the composite manufacturers family, and also helped us to create strategic partnerships with some of our current partners.
Not everyone is going to be a winner, but the side of having a connections and networking with the people inside this event is amazing. And I would say here, you will not find just startup companies, you are going to have also corporates. So there is a big benefit from networking with corporate companies, because corporate companies, they have also investment arms that if you are seeking for funds and investment, you will find this here. If you are seeking for partnerships with a well-established corporates, you will find also this here. So this is amazing experience, and with a lot of beneficials for any startup who will attend this event, even if they are not winners.
How can startups join the competition?
Each year, so we open a call for entries for startups to apply. And out of all the application, that goes between 150 and 250 per year. Together with the sponsors of the competition, we select the 20 startups that are invited to take part in JEC World. And 10 of these startups goes in the product and material categories, and the 10 other startups go in the category process, manufacturing, and equipment.
Is there any conditions for startups to participate?
First, I'd like to mention that applying to Startup Booster is free of charge. Otherwise, we only have 3 conditions of eligibility for startups to participate. The first one, startups must have been founded less than 10 years ago. The second condition is startups must have a maximum of 30 employees. And the third condition is startups must have raised a maximum of 30 million euros.
What happens for the selected startups during JEC World?
So the 20 selected startups are invited to take part in JEC World, and the only thing they need to cover is their flight and accommodation to the event. Then, of course, they will benefit from a pitching session in front of a jury comprising leading industry experts and investors, including the sponsors of the competition. And this pitch session is delivered in one of the main conference rooms of JEC World. We also provide registration for the whole team of each startup, so that provide them again with unparalleled access to industry leaders, experts, potential partners, investors. And of course, they will benefit from a dedicated space within our Startups Booster Village, which give them again the opportunity to showcase their groundbreaking innovation to our participants, and of course, organize also their meeting during the event. Furthermore, I'd like to mention that the Startup Booster Village is located at a prime location within the event, at the entrance of one of the halls, which means that any participant coming to JEC World pass by the Startup Booster Village.
Wow, that's amazing. What else do you do before and JEC World and afterwards?
The finalist, of course, benefits from an extensive visibility, print and online, through our official website, of course, a press release announcing their selection, through social media, of course. And I'd like to mention also that we organized a personalized coaching before the event for the 20 finalists to fine-tune their pitch before the grand event, with tips and advice on how to structure their presentation, as well as public speaking and presence on stage coaching. They will, of course, get a privileged access to the jury members and sponsors of the competition. We'll meet with them on a one-to-one basis. And additionally, the pitch session I mentioned before is recorded and then broadcasted on our JEC Composite Web TV, enabling to reach an even more global audience after the event. We also organize one-to-one speed meeting session between the 20 finalists and industrial or investor that are participating to JEC World. And at last, I think it's worth mentioning that the 20 finalists have access to food and beverage at the Startup Booster bar, where breakfast and lunches are provided for the 3 days, so they can optimize as much as possible their schedule and organize more meetings during the event.
Are there any winners after the pitching sessions?
Of course, after the pitching session, the jury deliberates behind closed doors and selects 3 winners. One winner is awarded in the products and material category. A second winner is awarded in the process manufacturing and equipment category. And then among the 20 finalists, we award one of the startups for the most sustainable solution that has been presented.
Okay. 3 winners. What do they get?
The 3 winners are awarded a comprehensive package that is worth 25,000 euros, and which include a Startup Booster trophy that is manufactured in composites and that you can see here on the table. They also get a financial prize. They get a fully equipped booth for the next edition of JEC World, which means that the 3 winners will be able to participate for free again the following year. And they will get a media coverage in the JEC Composites magazine through an advertising page and an interview of the CEO and founder of the startup. Let's have a look at how startups feel when they win the competition.
How does it feel to be a winner?
It's been a fantastic experience for us to be able to come and be part of this giant worldwide conference on composites, and then to be honored here has really been phenomenal. Just spectacular.
What are the kind of benefits of that? I mean, I can imagine, I can see behind me now, lots of conversations, lots of connections.
You're absolutely right. So all of our key customers from the automotive industry, from the marine industry, wind turbine industry, the people that we make our hemp-based composites for, they're here. And winning has enabled us to meet with them, to debut our products, to have serious conversations about their timelines and their specifications. So we're very much engaged in this experience.
How does it feel to be a winner here?
Well, it's very humbling because I've seen the other startups, I know how good they are, and honestly, it's very impressive, the level of the competition. So having won is a really, really humbling and wonderful experience.
How are you feeling right now as the winner?
It's unbelievable feeling. I cannot express my feelings right now. It's amazing thing to get the sustainability prize in the JEC World. It's the best prize we have ever taken in any event for our business. Thank you, JEC. Thank you for the jury, and I really appreciate their decision.
Do you have any success story that came out of Startup Booster?
Of course, we have several success stories every year, but I think one of my favorite would be the collaboration between Mercedes-Benz and Israeli clean tech startup named UBQ Materials that started following their participation as finalists of Startup Booster in 2019. Let's hear from Sophie Touviaou at UBQ Materials about this collaboration.
Well, I think that UBQ is really a very successful story for JEC. We were lucky enough to meet Mercedes-Benz at the Startup Booster Accelerator in 2019, where our cooperation with Mercedes-Benz started. Less than a year after that, we already have an injected part with UBQ that we presented at the Startup Autobahn Program 7 in Düsseldorf. Since then, the UBQ material has become the material to validate in the automotive, and we have many projects for Mercedes and other OEMs, hoping that the UBQ material will lead the way to other bio-based materials and helping the automotive industry become more sustainable.
Ben, you are the founder and CEO of Startup Sesame, and Startup Sesame has been involved in the organization of Startup Booster since we launched the competition in 2017. What role does Startup Sesame play in the continued success of Startup Booster?
It's an absolute honor to still be such an integral part of the success of Startup Booster and its impact on the world of international composite innovations. Ever since the launch in 2017, we remain committed to helping entrepreneurs feel like they're part of the Startup Booster community at every step of the process, starting from their application to the competition through their in-person participation at JEC World Trade Show in Paris. So long story short, this includes activating key alliances within our network of ecosystem partners to assist in our mission to find the best startups all over the world, supporting them throughout the application process, participating in the selection committee, and accompanying them in person during the event. Oh, and we also contribute to the pre-event webinar with the finalists. We answer their questions, and we make sure that everyone is on board and aware of what's going to be their participation in Paris. We also help the finalists prepare their pitch beforehand, reviewing it, and giving advice on how to improve it. Speaking of, what would be your advice to entrepreneurs willing to participate to Startup Booster?
My advice would be really to go for it. It's worth a try, and it's a unique opportunity for startups to be visible and get access to the vibrant composites community. Everything is set up to make their participation smooth and easy and make the most out of it. As mentioned before, being among the 20 finalists is already a big win. And even for the non-selected startups, it's interesting as the sponsor will see their application and review it, and they will get noticed. When a startup is not selected as finalist, it doesn't prevent the partners of the competition from getting in contact and start a collaboration. And this is something that already happened in the past. But let's have a look at some tips and advice from startups that participated in Startup Booster.
I would say to them, if you have a composite technology and you are a startup that have a new technology that's going to disrupt the composite industry, this is the right place to come and show your case. So luckily, we have been chosen and we won, and you might be one of the new winners.
Well, I would say the quality of the meetings, the exposure you get, it will save you time actually to come here, because you get all your contacts, all your clients, they're here. And so in just 3 days, you get so much more and so much contacts, information, feedback. I mean, we will come every year. I mean, it's been amazing, and so it's just the beginning.
First of all, apply, because if you don't apply, you cannot win, and you will never have this opportunity we have here. And be open-minded to everyone coming to your booth. So everyone who's just looking at your booth, grab this person and pull it to your booth and tell them everything about it.
I'd say more than anything else is to enjoy the process, and the Startup Booster is really a fantastic opportunity to meet like-minded people and like-minded companies and to get exposure to the composites industry.
They'd be crazy not to consider it. When you think of the value of us, we just paid for our plane tickets. They've given us a facility, they've given us a stage, and I think that the ability to just network, meet, set up meetings here sets them aside as early stage companies from all of their potential competitors. And really here you can find strategic partners that can launch their business.
So our advice for the finalists would be to make the most of their time at JEC, to take every meeting that you can. When we won, we had almost 3 days of non-stop meetings, which was very tiring, but very, very rewarding. And many of the relationships that we founded at that show have gone on now to become customers and become very successful relationships for us. So make sure to take all those meetings and talk to everyone.
My advice for the startup finalists is to remain enthusiastic, to believe in their innovation, and to go for the world, because this is what this competition is about.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you, Ben. Join us for Startup Booster at JEC World.